aloes are on full flower right now. I mean, look at these guys. These guys are just a little bit behind. They are waiting and bursting to flower, and that's the beauty about bringing colour into your garden in winter. But let's take a look at what can happen with aloes. Every now and then, have a look at this baby. It's full of scale. Now, scale, if you look closely at it, if I had to do that, do you see? I can actually rub it off. Now, essentially, you don't really want to be going around your entire garden having to rub off the scale. Scale is brought upon into certain plants that might go through a bit of stress. Some aloes and succulents are kind of susceptible for them, but you know, the beauty of them is so remarkable that we really do just need to treat it. So what do we treat it with? Well, there are a couple of things that you can find. Oleum is one. You can use eco insect spray. You could also use a general insecticide. They all will do the job. Most importantly, if you're using ordinary insecticides, that you need to add a wetter to them. A wetter means it's a sticking agent to literally cover these little guys and smother them. When you're using oleum though, and that's why it's only suggested to use oleum in winter, because it really is just an oil. And if you put the oil on them, it smothers them. And then if you use oleum in summer, yep, you've got it. The oil is actually going to start burning the leaves. So that's why it's better to only use oleum in the winter months. Okay, so I'm going to pump this baby up. Remember, when you're spraying, a couple of rules. Don't spray on a windy day. Very important. And always follow the instructions. Read the instructions carefully, because you know they haven't put them all there just for fun, because it concerns you and your safety as well. But do this probably once a week for 3 weeks, and you know what? In no time at all, these guys would have gone off to another place. Right, folks, sometimes we think we lose the war when we're gardening. And what war am I talking about? The war against weeds. Remember what they say is never, ever allow the weeds in your garden to flower, just like this big guy over here. Because what the saying goes, 1 year seeding is 7 years weeding. And our gogos and grannies were not lying about that. So if anything, just stop them from flowering. No, if you don't have time to get rid of them. But to make life a whole lot easier, this is the simplest way that you can get rid of them. And I've got this cool gadget here. The only thing they call it a cultivator or a scoffle is the way that I can. It reminds me of a gedger that my dad used to have when he used to work in the garden, except this is way lighter and much easier. And it's very simply, all you're going to do is just scrape away like that, because you don't need to dig down and remove the roots. You've removed the growing part, and that is what's most important. Now, I actually don't need to take all of these weeds out that I'm busy removing now, because as you can see, just behind here is beautiful, beautiful mulch. Leaves that we pick up from the garden, keep the moisture in, and really reduce the amount of times that we need to water. So once I've got rid of all those weeds, all I do is unhook this gadget, pull it out, pop my rake into it, then grab some of the leaves from here and just rake them all around, making sure that I'm getting it, covering it, all the soil. And it's a very interesting thing here, because in the front of the bed where there was no mulch, that's where the weeds came up. That's why you need to mulch, because the more that you mulch, it stops the little seeds from being able to germinate. Quick tip that could save you a whole lot of time in your garden.